from Assyria, and from Egypt, which is Mizraim. If I say Mizraim, you're going to get a dark-skinned person in your head. If I say Egypt, you're going to get the location and the area and the pictures of sand and deserts. And from Pathros, which is above Iran. If I'm wait, Pathros is above Iran? Yeah. I had maps that showed that Pathros actually. No. They do show two type of people with the Pathros and stuff like that. Like, see, they show this one, but wait, let me show you Pathros. Pathros, sorry, Path. What? Pathros, Isaiah here, 66:24. A part of Egypt, located in Upper Egypt. Here, Upper Egypt. Okay, cool. Oh, I always get it mixed up with this one, Parthians. Oh, sorry. This is Elam. Oh my goodness. I always get that word messed up, man. I'm telling you. I often get it very Parthians and Pathros, because here in Acts chapter 2 it says that one. Damn, I always, man, sorry about that, man. Acts chapter 2 verse here, Parthians. This one is Elam, and this one too, but it isn't just another place in Iran. This is also there, that whole region, Mesopotamia. You have Israelites there. Cappadocia, you have Israelites there. Pontus, you have Israelites in Asia. You have Israelites in Phrygia. I don't know how you pronounce that. Never heard it before. You have Israelites here. You have Israelites in Egypt, which is Mizraim, which is again here. Pathros. Man, I need to call it that. And from Cush, you have Israelites in the midst of them, which is Ethiopia, Somalia, Eritrea. Those are the Cushites nowadays. You have Elam, which is, you could say, Iran and India and Pakistan and Afghanistan. Yeah, they're all India. They speak kind of the same. Well, it's not the same language, but if you hear them talk, you would be like, what? Are you from India? No, I'm from Afghanistan. Oh, you sound the same. Right. And from Shinar, which is is Mesopotamia. This is Mesopotamia. Here. Yeah, it says it right here. I saw it. Here. Southern region of Mesopotamia, Shinar. Is that whole land over there. So it's, yeah. So that. And then from Hamath, which is above Israel. Well, let me just get it here then. I just saw it. Wait, I just saw it here. Hamath is here. You will have Israelites from all these places, my man. You got Israelites from Carchemish, which is part of Assyrian Empire, because the Assyrians used to rule there. And you can catch that here. Carchemish here, 2 Chronicles chapter 35 verse 20. And after all this, when Josiah had prepared the temple, Necho, king of Mizraim, came up to fight against Carchemish by Euphrates. So who was he fighting? 1 Kings 12 and no, wait. Pharaoh Necho. Shit, where was it again? Wait. Right, I got it. It's 2 Kings 23 and 29. In his days, Pharaoh Necho. It's the same thing, but they spelled it different here. Sorry. What Carchemish? What? Where the 35, man, 35. Let me go there. Where is it here? Carchemish, right by Euphrates. So Necho, king of Egypt, came up to fight against Carchemish by Euphrates. And here you have it again. Pharaoh Necho. Pharaoh Necho, but they spelled it different. King of Egypt went up against the king of Assyria to the river Euphrates. Here. Carchemish by Euphrates. And then you look at the map, you'd be like, yeah, that's, oh shit, they had power over that whole region? Yeah, what do you think? They're gonna stay in the same place? No, because all the kingdoms, they have their glory. They have their, here, you had the Persian Empire, he had power over this region. Then you had the Assyrian Empire, they had power over this region. Then you had the other Babylonian Empire, had power over this region, the whole land of Shinar, and even almost on down onto Mizraim. Anyway, the Egyptians, Mizraim, they had power over this one. You had the Median Empire, they had power over, oh yeah, here are the Parthians, but they are associated to Elam actually. But you have the Japhetic people in the midst of them too. So when it says here in the book of Isaiah that the Lord is going to get the children from Pathros, which is Egypt actually, sorry, damn it. Here, Parthians, oh man. Parthians, which are, and the Medes, see? The Parthians and the Medes? Yeah, these are the same people. But you have Elam in the midst of them also, because you have to remember, this was the Medo-Persian Empire. It was two nations joined forces. Don't you think that they was intermingling with each other? Of course they were, man. Look at our people be intermingling with the other heathen nations too. Esau, for example, as a big bulk of our people, are marrying into Caucasus people. They're not marrying in big bulks to Asiatic people or to Arabs. You don't really see that, like a so-called black person, a slave descendant, with an Arab wife or Arab husband. And same thing with the Chinese or the Japanese or the Vietnamese. You don't see them in big bulk marrying to them. The only one that you see in big bulk, like our people sleep with everybody because, you know, everything that walk, they've trying to fuck. But the men, the women too. Not the women actually not that big compared to the men. But they don't do it in big bulks. They in big bulk, white chicks. That's what they fuck. Cause it's pretty. You know, they look at it like, oh my goodness, that leopard skin. That shit is sexy. Yeah, you have what is called a clean leopard. I mean, Latin chicks got the clean leopard too. You know, they're desired. You know what I'm saying? So they're desired upon the planet Earth too. So they look just like white chicks. You know, sometimes, but the skin wise, they do look like them. Not the facial features and stuff like that. But anyway, so you had Israelites from among. But my point back to over here, Laban was called Assyrian, and Rebecca was called Assyrian, but they are not they are not from Aram. So let me say it again. Laban was called Aram. He was from the land of Aram. That's why. Rebecca was also from the land of Aram. Bethuel was also from the land of Aram, because his father was Nahor, and Nahor brother was Abraham, and Nahor and Abraham's father was Terah. And Terah comes from Eber. So Terah is a Hebrew. So what is Nahor? He's a Hebrew. So they're called Syrians, but they're not. So that's the bloodline of that one. So back to over here, Genesis chapter 29 verse 14. And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abode with him the space of a month. It's talking about family members. And Laban said unto Jacob, because thou art my brother, nephew, but still brother is the same. Shouldest thou therefore serve me for naught? Tell me, what shall thy wages be? And he wanted Rachel, which is his cousin. So we were allowed to do those type of things. Which is a family member, which is flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. That is what Adam was. No, sorry. That is what Eve was to Adam, and Adam was to Eve. They're family members. These two are family members. It's not literally physically his blood, his rib. It is physically his blood and his bones, because Abraham got one of his family members, Sarah. That's family. And then Isaac also got family, which is Rebecca, family member. Close by too. Father, uncle and stuff like that. Father is brother, which is your uncle. Yeah, those children, you can make them with them. That's lawful. It's actually by law commanded us to do that, actually. In the book of Tobit chapter 6, it explains that to you. Tobit chapter 6, which is... I'm not telling you to go do that, by the way. I'm showing you that that was our customs back in the days. So, let me see here. Tobit 6 and 10. And the angel said to the young man, Brother, today we shall lodge with Raguel, who is thy cousin. Oh, okay, so your family. We're going to chill with our family, okay. He also had one only daughter named Sarah. I will speak for her. And you know who was talking to him? It was the angel. Where is that? Oh, here, the angel said to the young man. Yeah, right. It was the angel talking to the young man, which is Tobias. Okay, so going further. I think it's also misspelled because Raguel was his... let me see what. No, it was his uncle. It was his uncle. It was his uncle, not his cousin. Because Tobit and Raguel, they were cousins. And then, if I'm correct, because I know that there's something wrong with this one. It's not pronounced good. Because Tobit and Tobit is the father of Tobias. So Tobias is then therefore, you know, he needs to call Raguel uncle and not cousin. So anyway, so going on. So yeah, so it says here. He also had one only daughter named Sarah. I will speak for her, that they may be given. Sorry, that she may be given thee for a wife. For to thee doth the right of her appertain. I hate this thing. I don't like it. Tobit. It's just weird. Yeah. So, Tobit chapter 6, verse 11. For to thee doth the right of her appertain, seeing thou only art of her kindred, family members. You have the right. By who? By who? It says it right here. And the maid is fair and wise. Now therefore hear me, and I will speak to her father. And when we return from Rachas, we will celebrate the marriage, which means join together. For I know that Raguel cannot marry her to another. Why? According to the law of Moses. So this is the law. That's why I said, like, it's actually your right to marry your cousin and none else, especially if she's the only one of her father and she's the only one of Israelites in the neighborhood. But he shall be guilty of death. That's paranoid. But he shall be guilty of death, because the right of inheritance doth rather appertain to thee than to any other. And what is the inheritance? Wait. What is the right of inheritance for the woman here? Here. The book of Sirach 36:24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. That's your inheritance. A help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest, not a pillar of stress. And it's a help like unto yourself. You know, it's not like when I say jump, you say how high. And then she said, but Esau doesn't want you to have a possession over your wife. He calls it controlling, but he's controlling though. He's the devil. That's what he does, And he oppresses you in your own house, Micah 2:2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. They take stuff. They're devils. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. They oppress you in everything that you own. They take stuff from you. How many lands have been taken from men that were, for example, behind on the payment? You're not even supposed to pay for that land. It's your land. You have been given it by your forefathers or your father. Who are you to come and take the land? But that's what he does. He does it. He coveted fields because he'd be like, oh yeah, I need that piece of land over there because, it's very fruitful. Or I want to make a highway and stuff, or a highway, and Here, good. These are not Israelites, by the way, but I'm giving an example of a fact. The pandemic hasn't stopped Native Hawaiians fight for the spider. Okay, here, protect. Oh, these are Israelites. Sorry. Oh no. I was thinking Native Americans. Yeah. And anyway, these are not Israelites. Because I saw this word, I was like, what? Yeah, I didn't read good because I was thinking about Hawaiians, and that's okay. Let me go on. Protectors are still working to prevent the construction of a massive telescope. Basically, they want to take land and then they want to build stuff over it because they covered lands. Here, these are the Israelites. Native Americans' decade-long struggle for control over sacred land, which they call sacred lands, which is not, is making progress. Why the fuck do you have to fight for land? Because they covet it and they want to take it because they want to build their stuff up on it because they know it's a good location for them to be able to do satanic rituals or something like that, whatever they want to, whatever. Hawaii, I thought it was Native Americans. Oh, that's the other ones. Hawaii, okay, cool. The people of Hawaii are not Israelites. They're Japhetic people. So see, I did get confused again. I remember that they wanted to do that and stuff like that. But anyway, they do it all over the place. It's not just Hawaii. It's not just with the Native Americans, which are Israelites. It's not just in the continent of Africa. It's not just all these places and stuff like that. It's all over the world. Sorry, I wanted to say that. I should say. Right, anyway. So I went into a whole nother topic. You know what? I will have to do this video again. It just started with one word. And one sentence. Anyway, I'll finish this. I'll stop this one, and then I'll just read this chapter again, and I will just finish the chapter after this one. Because by the way, let me read it again. 2 Samuel 5:1. Then came all the tribes of Israel to David unto Hebron, and spake, saying, Behold, we are thy flesh, thy bone, and thy flesh. Which means family members, which is the same thing of Adam and Eve, which is the same thing of Laban and Jacob, which is the same thing of Isaac and Rebekah, which is the same thing of Jacob and Rachel, and also Leah. Actually, Leah and Rachel, which is the same thing of, let me see who else. Who else did we marry as family? Oh yeah, Abraham and Sarai, or Sarah, actually, sorry. Sarah, Abraham and Sarah. That's all family. We, keep it in the family. That's Leviticus chapter 18, and it is allowed. I am not telling you to do that nowadays because you're going to look like a weirdo. Even if you don't look like a weirdo, yeah, I'm not telling you to do it, but if you do it, it's lawful. If you go to the east of the world, yeah, people are not going to look at you like, hey, what are you doing? They're going to be like, oh yeah, it's normal. If you go to the west, Esau is fucking up the whole. He put the world upside down. Let me leave that. Let's leave you with that one. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down, those things shall be. Well, let me read it first. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. So, surely your turning of things upside down, those are the things that shall be esteemed. How? How will they be esteemed? They shall be esteemed as the potter his clay. Why? Because it's the workmanship, the craft of his skills that here. Here, this one was rejected. 53 million. Here, let me see. 69 million. Woman buys face worth $100,000 at Goodwill for only $4. Yeah, that's funny. He probably kicking himself in the face right now, and the person that hired him probably really angry. But anyway, this thing, look how shitty it looks, man. That thing is not even straight. Look, this is literally made with hands, man. Look, it's not even straight. It's not even the machine made this. Not that a machine is more valuable. I mean, like, it's not straight. That's the point. This is a potter's clay. He made it with his hands. Look, it's not even straight. It's crooked. But yeah, these things are esteemed, man. They're selling them for 43 million pounds, $100,000. You know, 69 million. So, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, or as the, for example, here. Don't people glorify Apple? Why? Because of their product? Don't people glorify them because of their products? Look, you can pay a fucking rent with this shit. Huh? What is this? $2,000 for what? Some stupid stuff. Yeah, here, nonsense. But people praise this. They hold it up high because of the Apple. Because of, so you can say basically Apple is then therefore the potter, and then this is his clay, and then he makes stuff, and the potter will be glorified because of the things that he creates. So if he just sell this but it doesn't have the potter his name, Mac, then it won't be this expensive. But slap the Mac on it, and then people will pay thousands of dollars, just like how this is happening right now. This Chinese manufacturers are exposing luxury brands. It took them a fucking long time, but these devils probably haven't been paid. You know, these heathen, actually, I should say. They probably haven't been paid, and therefore they start snitching. It's like people that know secrets, and you pay them with the hush hush money, and now all of a sudden they're not being paid as they want to, and then they start telling on you. It's a lie. Yeah, you an idiot for buying these things in the first place. You know, because I know I can get it cheaper somewhere else. Why the hell would I pay you $3,000? Oh, I don't even have that kind of money. Why would I pay? Even if I was rich, my man, I wouldn't do that, because it's just stupidity. You can just buy the same thing somewhere else. You don't need. Look, I always say this. I've been saying this for decades right now. Not decades. Yeah, decades. Decades is 10 centuries on this. I've been saying this for decades. You don't need a mansion. You need a house to protect yourself against the elements. You don't need a Ferrari. You need some form of transportation. You don't need a Gucci clothing or whatever, or whatever type of fancy clothing. You need clothing to protect yourself against the elements, and also protect yourself against nudity and stuff like that, of course. So you don't need all these fancy things. You want it. It's a difference, you know. You don't need Coca-Cola. You need water. You want Coca-Cola, because that's for, you know, your silly tastes or whatever. You don't need all that fancy sugary drink. You want it. Or you're addicted to it because they put stuff in there. Chips is not supposed to be addictive. But if you eat one and then you can't stop, then you should know that's not potatoes and that's not just salt. Because if you make it yourself, I can make it myself. If you make it yourself, it's not that addictive. You eat it and it's done. It tastes good. You know, banana chips and stuff. For this one actually, I'm telling you, serious. I can make this. It's deadly. It's deadly addictive. I didn't put anything in it. I just put salt and this one. You can I make it myself. I don't buy no goddamn chips. If you look at the ingredients, you need damn near a lawyer just to read these things out loud. Like, what does it say there? Yeah. You need a lawyer to read them. You need a lawyer to read those things. You can just make this, man. And guess what? It wouldn't have all these ingredients up in there. And by the way, when you stop eating it, it's good. You know, you're not really like crazy for it. And I make it thicker so that I only need like what, like 3 green bananas. I need 3 of these. Not need. I could just do it with 2. I do it with 2. And believe me, you're full. After I can't eat more. I can actually eat 3 actually, but yeah, I don't really want to. But yeah, you can eat this. You can eat this. You can cut it up here, Macabana. Here, this one. Okay, then don't need that extra nonsense. It would look. I would shape it different. I would shape it different, but you know, I'll shape it different. But yeah, it needs to be the green one. If you eat the green one, then I'll shape it like this. But it's not soft. This is the yellow one. That's the yellow one. It's soft. The other one that I make is hard, and it's like chips. If you make it thin, then you could make it literally like this. Wait. Then you can make it literally like this. It's hard. I can see it. The texture is hard. Oh, this one is hard too. You can see the texture. But yeah, you can make it like that if you want to. But yeah. But you can make your own stuff. You don't need this, man. Why would you need this, man? You know, that's just silly. And they've been screwing you over. The people that are buying this, I'm talking to them or about them. They've been screwing them over for decades. Yeah, which is hilariously funny. Yeah, anyway, so now I'm gonna go and make this video. Sorry about that, man. I'll upload this one first. No. This one that I'm making right now, I'm gonna upload this one later. And then this one, what? This one I'm gonna upload first. You know, the actual chapter. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.